All right, so here's Tuesday and Wednesday's opening range gap, and you probably remember that yesterday. And I'd like to keep opening range gaps on my chart for 3 days. Okay, so that's one of those opportunities. If you're not paying attention and you just let me say it and you don't write it down, it's one of those gems that just simply will not make it in your understanding. But after 3 days, it expires in my mind. Okay, and it's all part of my Power 3 concept, which I'll teach more about later. It's not just simply the open, high, low, and close, or the accumulation, manipulation, distribution. It's not just that. It's much more than AMD. Tuesday, Wednesday, opening range gap is shaded here. That's what we were seeing on the daily chart. Notice that from Tuesday crossing over to Wednesday's opening range gap, it was still being respected on Thursday. Look at that. Look at the respect of it here. Look at this candle's high. Look at the bodies in here. See that? So there's a whole lot more going on behind the scenes that is algorithmic, that unless you know about it, it's completely you're completely oblivious to it. The average trader, the average person that understands gaps, they don't think about the market like this. And that's what separates me from everybody else. If you want to be an apex predator, you have to hunt differently. You have to be the first one to take the prey. You can't wait around. This is not the second mouse gets the cheese. Okay, we're not mice. We're lions. We're going out and we're taking it. So the buy side is what I told you we would reach out for yesterday, right up above here, and that we would trade up into the high end of that gap. Okay. Yesterday we were talking. It was right about in here. And then we opened up here, traded down at 6 o'clock, and then we meandered around and then found our way up to it and above it, fell short of the buy side liquidity here. So the objective is what? Still run no stops. So it comes all the way back down to the low of that opening range gap from Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, I'm sure you're probably scratching your head if this is the first time you watch the video. What am I saying a Tuesday to Wednesday opening range gap is? Where do I get that information from, right? You have to change your chart to regular trading hours, not electronic trading hours. And you'll see the separation between the settlement price and the opening price on the new day. So this is what happened on Tuesday, and we have one here also. Okay, so I'm going to add this one. I'm going to change this one to a different color. It'll still be on the chart because it's very important you understand what's about to happen here. It's shaded in gray. So it's there like a ghost behind the scenes. No pun intended. The ghost in the machine. So we have the opening range gap for Wednesday, Thursday now, which is this now broader range. So there's an overlapping of those two opening range gaps. I promise you, you will never see that in books anywhere. Now, there's going to be people out there that hurry up and run out there and print their books on Amazon and talk about this because I've said it today. But this is the first time I've ever taught this. Even my charter members don't know this. So today, the 25th of May, 2023, I'm teaching you something that I've never given to the public before. So I want you to appreciate this. If you run around on your YouTube channel and create these mentorships of your own, okay, and you pretend that you knew this beforehand or have you always been doing it, you're going to look a little foolish now. So after we get this opening range gap here, the old one, Tuesday, Wednesday, we open above it, trade down, and find support at the lows of it. You see that? But it didn't fill this. Why? Why didn't it fill that? Because it has unfinished business. Where's that unfinished business? The buy stops up here. Ran up there, hit it. Now we have a gap. Just like we were treating yesterday's Tuesday, Wednesday opening gap, we had some portion still to fill in. Now we can look for this area here to potentially have a event fill it in tomorrow or reprice to it. And that's my expectation going forward. I probably am wrong. Okay, so don't put too much weight or emphasis on it, but that's how I would look at it. We're going into a holiday weekend. Anything can happen. So I'm really not even doing a video tomorrow. I'm not going to be looking at the market tomorrow. We're going to be doing something for our family. So I could care less what the market does. But if you're going to hold a gun to my head and say, ICT, tell me right now what you think, I think that we're going to try to make an attempt to get down here and work towards this area here. That's what I think. Okay, if I'm wrong, it would need to go back above current new week opening gap high for me to be bullish again. There you go. So now we have both of those gaps. We have Tuesday, Wednesday opening range gap, and we have the Wednesday, Thursday opening range gap. And we're back down here on electronic trading hours. So you can see there's relative equal highs. I said there was buy side last night. Go watch the video. That's where I think it's going to draw to and get to the top of that old Tuesday, Wednesday opening range gap. Well, we did that here. Then we fell short. Notice what we did. We went above the range high there, but we didn't get to the buy side yet. Then it dropped all the way down to the low of that gap. See it? Follow it along. You still see it in here, and then boom, it's gathering all kinds of new orders, but not by itself. Look closer. What is this? It's a fair value gap at the lows. So smart money is accumulating right in here. Market rallies up, comes back down, one more tap, and then takes off, trades into a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, which is a fair value gap, and order block right there. Where's the target? The buy side I told you last night. Wham! Hits it beautifully. Does it continuously keep going higher? No. It rejects it, comes back down into the range, buy side, rallies one more time, pumps in, and then fails once more. So I'm watching to see if this potential phantom trend line here breaks, and if it does, we'll be looking for the sell side here, below here, and into the gap that would be otherwise expected to normally fill. But again, it's a holiday weekend. Anything can happen, folks. The volume will be different than it normally is. There's a lot of people that simply are going to go away. They're not going to be trading. They're not going to be doing anything. So bear that in mind tomorrow.